Kein ganz normaler Tag im Büro für Regierungsagent William Carter. Der bekommt es hier mit hässlichen Aliens zu tun, deren Design den meisten Spielern vermutlich bekannt vorkommt. Wir befinden uns im Action-Taktik-Prequel zur XCOM-Reihe und somit im nostalgisch angestaubten Flair des Jahres 1962. The Bureau XCOM Declassified sieht auf diesen Bildern vielleicht aus wie ein typischer Third-Person-Shooter, in dem es vor allem auf schnelle Mausfinger ankommt. Diese Befürchtung aller Fans der altehrwürdigen Taktikreihe können wir schon mal entkräften. Wir waren vor Ort bei 2K Marin, konnten das neueste Kind aus der XCOM-Familie ausführlich spielen und den Entwicklern mit unseren Fragen auf den Zahn fühlen. Und diese Jungs haben schon einiges hinter sich. In den 3 Jahren, die The Bureau nun in Entwicklung ist, wurde das Konzept komplett umgeschmissen. Zuerst war der Titel als First-Person-Shooter mit minimal steuerbaren Begleitern geplant, bei den Fans kam das jedoch überhaupt nicht an. 2K Marin legt daher jetzt großen Wert auf die Taktikkomponente. Den beiden Squad-Mitgliedern können nun extrem genaue Befehle gegeben werden, sie lassen sich aufleveln und mit neuen Fähigkeiten versehen. Der Übersicht auf dem Schlachtfeld wegen verlagerte sich die Perspektive in die 3. Person. Mut für dieses Experiment gab den Entwicklern der Erfolg von XCOM Enemy Unknown.
So I think the big inspiration from Enemy Unknown, which was excellent game, was one that, yes, they're still XCOM fans. Like, we knew it, but it validated, right? Like, yes, the franchise is solid. And people who hadn't even played the original are going to like that kind of game. The other sort of influence that helped was that, that is a game that does require skillful play. It's not an easy game to play. It doesn't, pull you by the nose or give you a baby pacifier. It's harsh. And it's not harsh to be cruel. It's harsh because it gives you real challenges. So it let us feel a lot safer about focusing our game as well on a game that required this tactical play. Like, most third-person shooters aren't games that are known for using your brains a lot. Like, you use your twitch and you're reacting, but it's all sort of one side of your brain. What we're trying to do is find that marriage between the twitch aspects of just personal survival using cover yourself, using your weapons, and the cerebral aspects of literally commanding your team in real time on the battlefield.
Zugeständnisse an das Taktik-Gameplay des Original XCOM gibt es viele. Die Positionierung der Figuren auf der Map ist extrem wichtig, Angriffe von oben oder Überraschungsattacken sorgen beispielsweise für dicke Schadensboni. Kommandos lassen sich aneinander reihen. Hinweiseinblendungen warnen vor gefährlichen Laufwegen oder zeigen an, wo wir gute Deckung finden. Jeder der Agenten hat verschiedene Fähigkeiten, die klug eingesetzt werden müssen. Carter selbst kann zum Beispiel heilen und im späteren Spielverlauf Gegner levitieren lassen. Die Begleiter wählen wir aus 4 Klassen aus, die auf 5 Stufen hochgelevelt werden können. Gesteuert werden sie über ein Befehlsrad. Wird dieses aufgerufen, hält das Spielgeschehen zwar nicht an, verläuft aber in einer Art Superzeitlupe. Ein System, das dennoch im Grunde stark an Mass Effect erinnert.
I'm a fan of the series, but where we really differ from Mass Effect as a game is you have much more concrete control of your squad mates, and it's much more important that you do, because you must position them on flanks, maneuver them around cover objects, set up your own squad management versus just simply firing off powers and stuff. It is the positioning as an aspect of the battlefield, which is really, I think, at the heart of a tactical combat game and the heart of XCOM. So you'll see things like the shield icon showing you what's valid cover or what's cover under threat and that sort of thing. You have to basically build these plans with your teammates, utilizing your powers and abilities and their weapons, and then execute those plans all in real time, which is a level above what is asked of you in sort of the combat in that, in the Mass Effect series. So.
Tatsächlich sind die Gefechte nicht ohne. Die Kombination aus Action und Taktik ist gut gelungen, kann aber durch dieses Management in Echtzeit wirklich anstrengend werden und ist daher sicher nicht jedermanns Sache. Stumpfes Durchballern wird nicht zum Ziel führen. Dazu kommt noch der Permadeath der Agenten. Sind die einmal weg vom Fenster, muss ein alter Spielstand geladen werden oder sie bleiben auch weg. Bei einem liebgewonnenen Stufe 5 Agenten ein harter Schlag und eine weitere Gemeinsamkeit mit der Taktikvorlage. Und auch in The Bureau können wir die Agenten selbst mit Namen versehen und sie sogar individuell optisch anpassen. Wir können wählen, ob wir Commandos, Engineers, Recons oder Supports rekrutieren, ob wir sie auf Missionen schicken und wie wir ihre besonderen Fertigkeiten individuell hochleveln. Diese Möglichkeiten sollen auch für einen hohen Wiederspielwert sorgen.
The cool thing about our game is that there's so much variety in how you build your agents and how you go through any given encounter that if you go back and play through it, use a different agent build, use different agents altogether, that you're going to have a different experience. You're going to take different routes through the encounter. You're going to learn how to do things differently. That combined with choosing some different things in the course of the story, seeing one of our multiple endings that we have, there's definitely reason to come back to it.
Zwischen den Missionen laufen wir in unserer Basis herum, heuern neue Einheiten an, steigern vorhandene und reden mit Agentenkollegen. Auf einer US-Karte wählen wir die nächste Mission aus. Neben dem Haupthandlungsstrang finden sich dort auch viele Nebenmissionen, die gespielt werden sollten, um zum Beispiel ein Backup-Set an Squad-Mitgliedern hochzuleveln. Um die 15 Stunden Spielzeit soll The Bureau so bieten, mehr, wenn alle Nebenmissionen absolviert werden. Die Story führt durch die stimmig dargestellte Welt von 1962 und wird durch viele interaktive Gespräche erzählt.
Why me? I've been behind a desk since... well, for a while.
Yeah, but you were a hell of an agent before you sat behind that desk. And what's more, I know what put you behind that desk.
The brass put me there.
Sure, the brass made the call. But it was you who kept yourself there.
I don't need another round of psychobabble. I had enough of that from the company's shrinks after the incident.
We really wanted to come up with something unique, and I can't really think of an exact analog for our gameplay that exists out there. And looking at the story that we wanted to tell in that, we realized we could tell kind of a more grounded, down-to-earth story. We didn't have to be the big bombastic Hollywood explosions everywhere. You know, we have a hero who's in his 40s, and you know, I think it probably is, the story is going to end up appealing to people who are a little older, who can identify a little more with somebody in Carter's position.
Am Ende der Geschichte soll diese sinnvoll auf das Original XCOM hinführen. Der düstere Grundton ist nett, oft nimmt die Story sich gemessen an ihrer eigentlichen Absurdität vielleicht etwas zu ernst. Dennoch hinterlässt The Bureau einen guten Eindruck. Zum Abschluss lud uns 2K noch zu einem Gespräch mit dem Science-Fiction-Autor Nick Pope, dem echten Fox Mulder aus England. Diese UFO-Koryphäe wurde als reiner PR-Gag angeheuert.
I'm best known for a job I did in the 90s where I ran the Ministry of Defence's UFO project. My job was to investigate the sightings to see if there was evidence of any potential threat or anything of more general defence interest. And I now work essentially as a freelance author. I write science fiction and I do a lot of TV work as well. There were certainly a small proportion of the cases that we couldn't explain, even those of us who investigated for the government. UFOs seen by military personnel, police officers, pilots, UFOs tracked on radar, cases where we got very good films and photographs that our own technical experts said, well, this isn't a fake, and we don't know what it is. So there were some fascinating cases. I remember one from 1993 where a huge triangular-shaped UFO was seen for a period of about 6 hours flying over different parts of the UK, and the witnesses included personnel at 2 Air Force bases. And one of the people who I interviewed the morning after, his voice was still shaking as he described this huge triangular-shaped UFO just 200 feet above the ground, moving very slowly and then accelerating away to the horizon in an instant. And this was a man with 8 years' experience in the Royal Air Force. The Rendlesham Forest incident happened in December 1980 and involved a UFO which actually landed. This wasn't lights in the sky. A small metallic craft landed in a clearing in the forest, and the witnesses were American military personnel based in the UK. One of them got strange, he got so close to this UFO that he saw strange symbols on the side of it, a bit like Egyptian hieroglyphs. Afterwards, after this thing had taken off, personnel came back. They took radiation readings from the landing site, and the Ministry of Defence scientific and technical experts said that the radiation was significantly higher than background. On a subsequent night, the UFO returned, and it was seen this time in the sky. Didn't land on this occasion, but it was seen this time by the Deputy Base Commander. He had a group of men with him. A beam of light fired down at his feet, and he said, you know, what is this? Is this communication? Is it a weapon? Is it a warning? What's going on? One of the interesting concepts in the Bureau is the secrecy. Could you keep this a secret from people? We are a very different society now to the way things were in 1962. People say that nowadays with the internet, with WikiLeaks, with Facebook, some information can be instantly put out there. And some people say, oh, you can't keep a secret anymore. Rubbish. You can keep a secret, absolutely. The things that we know about are just the tip of the iceberg. Sure, some people leak classified information. Most people don't. Some things have been declassified by the government, a lot of things haven't. There are still a heck of a lot of secrets out there. So yes, you can still keep a secret.